All of my savings from my last job basically went to this printer that didn't even last a year. That's literally what I keep in my tote bag. If I'm gonna work really hard and I'm gonna be really stressed, I'm gonna do it for me. Hi, my name is Jamie. Welcome to my channel. If you're not new here, welcome back. If you are new here, hello. I'm starting a business from the corner of my bedroom. Some people have a craft room. Some people have a garage, a basement. Some people are lucky enough to have a warehouse or a second place. Me, I have this corner and we're making do. I started my YouTube journey like a year ago and then I took a big old break because a bunch of stuff happened. But now I'm back and I'm gonna fill you in and I'm gonna be more consistent. Just because I wasn't posting much on social media doesn't mean that things weren't happening. Things have been happening. I haven't stopped. I haven't given up. I've been working real hard and things have been going well lately, especially. A lot has happened in my life in general, but a lot has happened in life in the business. I truly had so much to fill you in on and so many random little clips that I've filmed over the past year that I was overwhelmed and I didn't know what to do, so I kind of just like stopped doing YouTube. And as for the last like 3 or 4 months, I've been extremely busy and I literally didn't have time. But I did have time to film and you're gonna get to see it. It's just like you're gonna get to see it a little bit later than when it actually happened. I basically for the past year have been filming random little like tidbits of me making things, like B-roll footage and a couple little like check-ins here and there, not very much, but a couple. And none of them made sense for a YouTube video. But now that market season is upon us and I actually have some content ready to go, I decided that I wanted to take all of that footage that I've compiled over the last year and combine it into one big business update video where I take you along in one video, me building my business over the course of an entire year. Things are a lot different from where they started and you'll get to see it all like in one go. My ideas for things in the beginning are different than my ideas now. Anyway, here's a look back at the past year of my life, starting a small business from the corner of my bedroom, beginning all the way back in May of 2025. So much has changed. I used to sit in my car and film content all the time. I don't remember it being this difficult and I don't remember this many people not leaving me alone. But maybe it's because I decided to park across the street from a carnival. But I wanted to look at something. Why not sit and park with something to look at? You could not pay me enough money to get on a ride that comes out of a suitcase. And I feel like everybody's staring at me. But you know what? Maybe exposure therapy is good. Because if I'm going to be filming at markets and things, I'm going to need to get used to just filming in public. That's something I don't like. I don't like doing that. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm trying to get back to feeling okay sharing my life like this publicly. I was a pop culture type of account. I had over 40,000 followers at one point, and then I just quit posting because the internet's just so hard. Like, people are so mean. It's not like I had like a massive hate train or anything like that. It's just like random mean comments here and there. It's just hard to like share yourself on the internet. Like, if you've ever made content at all, you understand this. It's like people are just mean for no reason and they want to not understand you. They want to not know what you mean and they want to twist your words so bad. Like, I don't know why people are just so hungry for a scandal. I would say like the vast majority of people are incredibly nice and kind, but it's just really hard to deal with that. The story goes, I get laid off. I don't have an income anymore. I literally cannot fathom going and job hunting to get a corporate job because I was very lucky at my job. It was my family business. It's just business is slow now, so there's no work for me and I need money, but I really don't want to go get like a job because I'm gonna have to work real hard and be really fake, and I hate being fake and I hate fake people and I hate the whole performance that is corporate. But I also cannot do service work. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. If I'm gonna work really hard and I'm gonna be really stressed, I'm gonna do it for me. So I decided, finally, after so many years and years and years of thinking about it, that I am going to start my business. I literally have an art degree. I went to school for art and then I just stopped because art school beats it out of you. It beats the art out of you. You don't want to do it anymore. So that's what I did. The same thing happened to me with music. I went to music school and I quit, and then I switched to art school, and I was like, I'm just gonna commit, get a degree, move on with my life and do something else. And so that's what I did for a while. I lucked into getting a job at my family business and then losing it. So here we are now. I'm going back to art. I've gotten paid to make a few logos before and branding and things like that. It's just not my favorite. That's not my favorite. I like creative, fun little things. I want to make my own products. I want to do my own things. I crochet, but I don't want to be just like a crochet business because I feel like it's very oversaturated. I love a crochet business, but also if you have a crochet business, you know, it's not like the most profitable thing in the world. You can definitely make a lot of profit, but you can't scale it. You can't grow because you only have 2 hands. So I don't really want to, I want to be able to grow enough. My long-term goals really is I want to make a living doing this. I want to make an income, and I would like to hopefully be able to, this sounds more expensive than what I'm meaning it. I would like to help my mom retire, but when I say that I mean like quit her job at Walmart and work with me instead. So hopefully I can do that. The thing is, I actually really believe in myself, and I believe in the products and my ideas and things and my skill. I don't believe in I don't 100% believe in my ability to properly market it. The thing that is stressing me out the most is that having to stay consistent on social media. I used to be consistent on social media all the time, and I really burnt out on it, and dealing with negative comments really sucks. I hate the thought of going through that again, but I'm gonna start on YouTube because I feel like YouTube is just nicer. I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm the only person that thinks that. I don't know, but I just feel like every time I'm on like a small business channel specifically, the comments are pretty nice. Like, it's just questions and compliments and things, and like sometimes there's a negative comment, but it's mostly about like prices, and that's just an ignorant person. When you're sharing like your life on YouTube, you like attract people who care about that thing. When you're sharing your life on TikTok or something like that, they can push your video out to anybody. And I feel like YouTube is better at keeping things in their target audience than like TikTok and Reels and stuff like that. That's happened to me multiple times where I make something for like a specific group of people, and then I wake up to a whole bunch of hate comments from like goes over to right-wing TikTok or something like that. I feel like that's less likely to happen on YouTube. So that is where I'm gonna focus most of my energy on, I think. But I think I'll make little businessy content on Reels and TikTok, but probably not like really sharing my life in the way that I will do here. But like, I enjoy doing it. I just don't enjoy negative feedback on me as a person in my life. I feel like as humans, we're not meant to experience that. We're not meant to experience this amount of like opinions on you. We're not meant to hear literally hundreds, sometimes thousands of opinions on you as a human being. That's crazy, actually. Like, that's not supposed to happen. I was slowly saving some money, not like to put into savings, but I was saving money as in like not spending my entire paycheck and like letting it like build for a bit, like since Christmas, and I got laid off in March. So I had some extra money, and I also had a little bit of Christmas money, and so I used pretty much the last of my savings to buy my printer. I got a pretty good printer. I really wanted the one that I got. Like, I was gonna splurge on the printer. It has a back feed slot. I hate using it because all printers are bad. Like, literally, no matter how much money you spend on a printer, you could spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on a printer, it's still gonna suck because all printers are terrible. Why is that? Why have printer companies not figure that out? Why are literally all printers like the bane of my existence? When it works efficiently, the back feed slot is really great because it doesn't leave like the marks, the roller marks from where it rolls the paper. I was not planning on launching my business this year at all. I was planning on taking this year to save money and like slowly like try a bunch of different hobbies and crafts and things, and just like chill and have a good time and figure out like what exactly I wanted my business to be and what products I wanted, and like finalize that sort of idea. But then I got laid off and now I have no money to save and no money to make, so I kind of got thrown into it. So we're starting small and we're working our way up. The idea behind Cozy Corner Crafts is that it will be crafts that I make, and then it will be like, I want to encourage other people to do crafts and have hobbies and stuff. That's going to be another big thing that's in this YouTube channel. I really want to make a lot of hobby focused content because I just think people need hobbies, especially right now. The world is so heavy right now. Everybody's just staring at their phones and doom scrolling constantly. I know what that feels like. I've had to fight to stop being on my phone so much. I used to be literally so addicted to my phone. I was on my phone, like my screen time was like 14 hours a day. Like I was literally every single waking moment that I wasn't doing something that I needed to do, I was on my phone, and that was the only thing that I knew that I liked to do. I didn't have any hobbies. And so then I was like, I really want hobbies. Took me a long time to find some hobbies that I like. Now I just love them, and I love all hobbies. I love all arts and crafts, and I truly believe that everybody would be like way happier if we were all doing arts and crafts and everybody had hobbies. We're supposed to have hobbies. Like as humans, we're literally supposed to do things like that. We're supposed to create. It is literally in our blood. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're like top business CEO man of some giant financial boring company. You need a hobby. You need a hobby that is for you, that is outside of work, that is like creative in some way. If you think you're not creative, you can work your way up to that. There's a lot of hobbies that don't require a whole lot of like creativity, but it still gets the creative juices going, and I will help you find one. If you don't have one, I will. There are hundreds and hundreds of hobbies. I have a huge master list of hobbies. I want to crochet in my business, but I don't want to like be a plushie crochet artist because I feel like everybody is, and I love that. I literally love it. I love making them. I love other people's plushies. I love how cute they are. I love them so much, but it's just so oversaturated. I feel like I don't want to have the same products as everybody else. I literally actually can't stand having the same exact products as other people, so I won't be doing that. I won't be doing like, you know, the little bees and the loaf cats and the leggy froggies. I love them. I'll make them for myself. I think they're adorable and cute, and I think you should sell them. I think it's a great business. I just don't want to do the same thing because all of you are doing it and you're so good at it. I want to focus on like accessories and things. There might be some plushie related things, such as like the little car swingy animals and stuff, but to me that's an accessory. And like some of my products might actually be the same as other people's, but I'm still gonna make them different. I'm gonna focus on different things. It's gonna be a different vibe. I'll have like the little crochet swinging animals, and then I want like crochet wristlets, scrunchies, bags, hair bandanas, things like that I know that a lot of people make, but I feel like I don't see them at like markets and things that often. I sometimes will see like the swinging animals, but and maybe a bag here and there, but like I feel like there are so many cute crochet things that you can make that don't take that long. When you think of like wearables, you think of like a sweater, and that's going to take you days and days and days and days, maybe weeks to make, and that's just not realistic to have like a whole booth stocked full of sweaters. Keychains might be plushy adjacent, but they're like smaller, cheaper, quickly made type things. But literally all of those like crochet accessories bookmarks, stickers, candles eventually, a craft kit eventually, of some sort, maybe like a blind box type thing, mystery box. I still feel like I need more. I still feel like I need more to stock, especially to do markets. I haven't signed up for any. It's like middle of market season right now and I haven't signed up for any, so I don't know if I'm gonna get in this market season. I might have to wait until next year to do markets, which is kind of stressful because I know that that's where I definitely will make sales, hopefully. Definitely, hopefully. As opposed to, in order to sell on Etsy or online at all, you gotta get people to see your products, and that's the hard part. I'm starting slow. We're building things, we're building it up slowly. As you can see, I was extremely lost, confused, panicking. I didn't know what to do, but luckily it worked out really well. I am still unemployed as far as like a job goes. I DoorDash part-time. I live with my mom, so that helps a lot. I don't have secret rich parents though, okay? My mom works at Walmart. So it is really nice to live with her though, because she helps me a lot with like making things and stuff. She made the linings for my purses. She sewed my tablecloth. She is super creative and artsy just like I am, and she's my best friend. So I'm doing okay as far as that goes. But we do just have significantly less money than we used to, especially since any extra money that I get, I'm putting toward the business, and I have like no Jamie money. It's all business money, because that's what, genuinely, that's what I want to spend it on. Like I have a vision. It's like a hyperfixation. This is like my child. It's a passion project. Like this is what I want to do with my spare time. Anyway, now we're gonna jump ahead to last summer. Here's me working on something for my friend Sydney. This is included in my business content because first of all, she did pay me a bit. And second of all, this took me like 6 months of my life working on it off and on last year, and it helped me pivot a little bit. It helped me discover that I don't really enjoy making crochet plushies or things like that the way that I enjoy making crochet clothes. Even though they take forever and it's not really feasible for me to profit on sweaters and stuff because they just take so long and I only have 2 hands. Pretty much the only things that I make that are crochet are keychains, hats, bags, and then sometimes like a tank top or something. Like currently I have 2 bralettes in stock and they're really cute. But I don't want to make like a ton of them because they just take so long, but I just like making that type of stuff way more than I like making plushies and stuff. I just don't like the detail work of plushies. I don't like embroidering faces or sewing body parts together, but I don't mind sewing together garments. And with plushies, you have to like think about everything you're doing and count stitches because every round is different. But with clothes, a lot of the time you can just turn your brain off and then just like do something else, watch something, listen to something, and not have to count. That's how I prefer to crochet. I made a bunch of really fun crochet bucket hats and I want to keep doing them because they're just so fun. And my crochet purses are so fun and I feel like they're so like unique. I know a lot of people make like chunky crochet bags, and they're all like, there are some people who have made some really incredibly insane ones, and I love them so much. Mine are like kind of normal looking, but I've been adding like chains and like recycled jewelry, so all of them are unique. Like I can't make any of my purses more than once because they're all made with like unique recycled jewelry. And I added a lining with a zipper, and inside the fabric is satin. So it's so luxurious. I love them so much. I think I'll eventually phase out most of my crochet products just because it takes so long, and just keep that as like a me hobby, and then maybe like design patterns or something. But for now, crocheting is still fun, so I'm still gonna do it. It is currently July 21st. I bought a heat press. Let's see, let's go on a tour. I got a heat press. It's so cute. It's green. I love her. I'm very picky when it comes to clothes like that. I'm the same way with stickers and stuff. I know a lot of people like buy other people's designs and like SVGs and all that stuff, and then they just like print their own stickers. I can't do that. Like the most that my designs will be like made by somebody else is that it's like a graphic on Canva, but I still am like coming up with my own ideas and like putting together the stickers and coming up with my own sayings to go on them and all that stuff. I can't just like sell the exact same thing that somebody else is selling. I can sell a variation of stuff that other people are selling, but I just can't be that person that is just selling the exact same thing. If you come to a market and I have a booth there and you're walking and you're like, I want something to catch your eye because it's different. Like it might be the same idea as something else or like similar, but like it's gonna be a different design, or it's gonna be just different in some way. I hate whenever I go as a consumer to like craft fairs and farmers markets and things like that, and like you just see a bunch of booths with the same thing. I hate going and seeing like 2 to 4 crochet booths that sell the exact same patterns. So I don't want to be the booth that's like you go to a market and then I'm just another one of those booths that has a bunch of stuff everybody else has. I can't do it. So that goes for sticker designs, t-shirt designs, crochet, a lot of things. Every single time I place an order for candle things, it's at least $200, and then t-shirt stuff is so expensive, and I really didn't realize just how expensive it was going to be. Like I got a huge DTF gang sheet with a bunch of my designs. It's not here yet, but it was like $84. I did get a really big one, but I had a lot of designs. Bought like cheap Gildan t-shirts from Amazon just to practice on. I hate the texture of them. They're the type of shirt that like collects hair really bad, and I live with 3 animals, so I can't have those types of clothes. I really like, my dream, my vision is to do comfort colors, but they're so expensive. It's like $5 to $7 for like a straight size shirt, and then like a plus size shirt. Why are they so much more? The plus size shirts range from like $8 to like $14. It just seems so wrong to me. As somebody who usually wears plus size clothes, I kind of can go back and forth. I just think it's so wrong that people have to pay more money just because they're bigger. That's not always something people can control. If you're fat phobic and you're about to argue with me in my comments, you're gonna get blocked, so you might as well just like leave. Like I have PCOS, it makes it extremely difficult, and I've chosen actually to just like be happy. So, you know, I don't believe that people should have to pay more money because they're bigger and have to buy a bigger size. Your item should not cost 3 times the price just because it's a bigger size. It's not even that much more fabric. Like it's literally just fat phobic. I really want to just like average out the price of all of the sizes and then build my price point based off of that, so that everybody's paying the same price. My clothes won't be like an insane amount of money, but like I'm not charging extra for people who have to buy bigger sizes. I'm not. This also is beneficial to people who wear smaller sizes but want an oversized look. Like if you want to buy a 2X shirt but you actually are a medium just because you want an oversized shirt, or if you want to make it like a t-shirt dress or something like that and you want to buy a bigger size, go ahead. It will be the same price. Like this benefits everybody. All of that to say, it's so expensive. It's July. Since March I bought big expensive printer, which I talked about before, a Cricut, a heat press, a bunch of candle making supplies, a new table for my heat press, a table for the printer. I bought a lot of stuff. That's a lot of money, and I don't have a job other than this. So it's very frustrating because I don't have an income right now, and I'm trying to make one, but I can't make my job and make an income and make things to sell without money to buy the things to make to sell. It's this loop I'm caught in. But yeah, it's expensive to start a business. I only want to buy things that I have plans to use. I don't want to just buy a bunch of stuff in a bunch of different colors just because I like it or whatever. Like, I want to have a project planned, something to do with the items, buy exactly the items I need, and no more, no less. Tote bags as well. Tote bags are a big one. That's really been what I've been focusing on. Because I want to have like a bunch of different things. Could I just truly focus on the couple of things that I already did? Sure. But I have all of these ideas that I want to do right now. And I want to do markets next year. Like definitely by next year. And I want to have these things ready so that my booth is full. I designed the blind date with a book. It's not going to look exactly like this because this paper is way too expensive for me to be using for a whole bunch of books. I had it extra and I just wanted to like test it out. This is what the little label looks like. I put if it's a standalone or if it's like in a series, because sometimes you want to read a book, you just want to read like one book. Sometimes you're like, I could get into a series right now. So I figured that's something that people would want to know. And then I've got the Goodreads score here, and then a bunch of random little things. A lot of the times it's like tropes and stuff. There's some stuff I want to buy, but again, so expensive to bulk buy things. The only way to make any money is to buy things in bulk, but when you buy things in bulk, that's a lot of money all at once. But it's the only way to make any profit because it's like cheaper when you buy things in bulk. I know that blind date with a book is something a lot of people do, but I hear that it's usually pretty successful. If people don't like it, then whatever. More books for me, because I've been researching them like heavy. I don't want to show you in case you want to buy one from me, which I highly recommend because I actually put a lot of time and effort and love into the books that I'm picking. I basically have a huge Notion list of like a whole organizational thing of blind date with a books to research, and then I research them. I put all of this like information out. I go on Goodreads and I read the synopsis of the book, I read some reviews of the book, I look at the tags of the book. I read reviews to make sure that it's not like something that's very problematic or something. I don't want you to buy a book from me and then it actually is just like something horrible inside, you know, like I don't want to accidentally make that mistake. So I read the 1-star reviews, I read the 5-star reviews. I search the author to make sure the author is not like super insanely problematic, you know, like opinions on normal stuff is fine, or like people just being like, this book sucked, I hated it, it was boring. That's okay because it's like subjective. But if somebody's like there was one that I came across and I was like, oh, this sounds like a good book based on the synopsis and all that stuff, and I scroll down and like one of the top comments is like, this book made a mockery of my entire culture, and that's not something that you would know unless you were part of that culture. And so I'm like, I don't want to accidentally give somebody a book like that, you know what I mean? I don't want people to be offended by a book that I pick because I didn't do good enough research. So I put a lot of time into these blind date with a book. So you should feel safe with my with my book picks. Also, it's very important to me that I have a big variety of like diversity in the books. So I've done a lot of research to make sure that like not all the main characters are like straight white people, like straight cis white people. So I have some LGBT books, a lot of LGBT books actually. I want to make sure that I have a lot of diversity in like the main characters and stuff. So I just want anybody to be able to walk up, look at the little like hints to what the book is about, and then be like, that's me, or like, I relate to that, or like, that sounds interesting to me. Like, I just want everybody to feel like represented and like there's something for them. Like, you're gonna get a story that you want to read out of it. It's not just gonna be like a random book that I pick somewhere because it was free or it was $1 or something. Like, it's gonna be like actually a good book. I've been slowly buying market displays, even though I'm not planning on doing markets probably this year. I'll start next year. But I don't really like any sticker displays that I find anywhere. I think it's gonna be easier for me to afford it if I buy it slowly than all at once, because I have such a vivid image of what my booth is going to look like. Like, I know what I want it to look like. I know where I want everything to be. I like literally designed it the other day on Canva to make sure So I slowly started buying some things. We're gonna be making some tote bags, possibly shirts. I don't know if I want to get into shirts right now, but I designed like a bunch of things. I designed a whole bunch of tote bags, a whole bunch of shirts and stuff, and I think they're really good. I think they're great. Like, I'm like extremely proud of some of this stuff. So I'm very excited to actually physically get them on tote bags and shirts and stuff, because basically for months I've just been staring at this stuff on a computer screen, and I'm excited to finally see it realized. I only bought enough transfer sheets and shirts and totes and everything for like one of everything, because it's so expensive. You gotta have lots of money down. But I can't just like go to a market or something with like one of everything. Like, I have to have multiple, and you gotta have a lot of money to do all that. So I do believe that I will be door dashing part-time to cover the business expenses until I can get things going, because I'm running out of money. I'm running low. I actually am like extremely proud of what I'm doing and what I'm making. So like, I actually don't even care like how this ends up for me, because I am happy doing what I'm doing. And I think that's the most important thing. I think the rest will figure itself out. I truly believe that if you follow what you're being called to do, it will work out somehow. You just have to keep doing it, and you have to keep pushing, and you have to not give up on yourself. There's always a way. You gotta find a way. There's always a way. You might be working overtime and have no sleep, but there's a way, and I'm gonna find that way. If you missed the last video, I don't have a craft room. I don't have a warehouse for sure. I don't have anything like that. I don't have space. I rent a 2-bedroom townhouse with my mom. I have all of my equipment in my bedroom, along with all of my like normal people hobbies. And by that I mean like hobbies that aren't gonna make me money. But like, I got my printer in here, I got my computer set up in here, I got my heat press in here, my Cricut, I got like all this stuff in here. But I also have like a giant wall of vinyl. I've got like lots of stuff in there. I've got all my yarn in my closet. Like, it's a mess. Also, ignore the books behind me. I'm gonna be doing blind date with a book. I ordered all these books, I cleaned them, I took the stickers off, I like sorted them and everything, and I might show like wrapping some, but I don't want to spoil it too much, so like, don't look. The thing I really want to do with the blind date with a book is like queer books, because I just feel like there's not very many. I don't know if I've ever seen like blind date with a book like exclusively for queer books. And there are just so many, and a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't read them. They don't get that much like attention, and they should, because they're great. So I really want to make like different like queer genre focused blind date with a book, but also some like other ones. I just want to be very diverse also in my blind date with a book. This is kind of what we got going on. But so now we're gonna move to the heat press machine, and we're gonna start getting to work. And as I said, here's my heat press in my room on the other side of my desk. Please ignore the messy bed, because this bed literally has to be my table because of the workspace that I am in. If I don't put my computer in sleep mode, this thing will blow a fuse in my room, and it will be very annoying. So let me do that real quick. I played around with some of the settings, and I think I figured out what I like for the DTF sheets. I think I went with 320 degrees, like medium high pressure, and 10 seconds, but sometimes it doesn't want to stick whenever I do a hot peel. I actually was having better luck doing like a warm peel with these. If it was cold, it was sticking. If it was hot, it was like not all coming off. the dots came off, but you know, it's okay. They're mostly all there. Done. So I haven't added the little tags yet. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if it'll focus. There we go. I think they're pretty cute. Hello? I think they're pretty cute. But I have to do that with like the mini press, and I'm not gonna do that right now. But I will show you what we got. Isn't it cute? The idea is selling this at a farmer's market. And then if like somebody needs to get a tote bag because they didn't bring one or they didn't bring theirs and they need to go shopping, they can get a designated market bag. I think it's cute. This one is one of my stickers, like repurposed for a tote bag. Born to dilly-dally, forced to live in this existential horror. But on a tote bag. It's kind of hard to see on the canvas though, which is interesting. I'm thinking maybe I might have to mess around with the colors in the final version or something. This one I made with heat transfer vinyl, but weeding it was literally like so annoying. But pressing it with the transfer sheet was also annoying, so I don't really know. But I love it anyway, you know, like rest in peace, like RIP, but read in peace, because he's reading. But I think it turned out really well. It turned out better than my version that I used heat transfer vinyl on. I used puff vinyl on it because I pretty much only use puff vinyl. Because I think any other vinyl looks kind of bad, I'm not gonna lie. I think most heat transfer vinyl looks really cheap. So I like this. I think I might go with this. I think more of the dots stayed in this version. Not all of them, but more of them did. I like this one. It's so cute. I keep saying that about all of them, but they're just so cute, are they not? Please don't pay attention to how it cut off at the bottom. That's my bad. When I ordered the transfer sheet, I was really cramming them in there trying to get my money's worth, and I may have crammed a little too much because some of them are a little bit cut off. A couple of my shirts are also cut off, which is very sad, but I'll wear them anyway. I thought it was so simple when looking at it on my computer, but like actually, I think that it goes so well with the canvas colors. Like this one might be one of my favorites, like surprisingly. Books, snacks, trinkets, and goodies. Because that's what I keep in my tote bag. That's literally what I keep in my tote bag, so I just thought I'd label it for anyone else who keeps books, snacks, trinkets, and goodies in their tote bag as well. The shop local. Because period, as you should. I think that this is a great one for markets and things where people are, usually you go to markets and festivals like to shop local, like that's the goal. I feel like this is perfect for that type of event. I would use this bag. I've said that about all of them now, haven't I? Because it's true. This is what I mean. Like I genuinely am so proud of these. Like I love them. Like I would use all of these. I would buy all of these. I made myself one with my brand, my logo on this side, and then this little brand logo design on the back. I will be using Comfort Colors, I believe, because they're the best in my opinion. I just know a lot of people love Comfort Colors. A lot of people look for it specifically, and I love the colors of Comfort Colors. I love the option. I love this like off-white, and I love the worn black called Pepper. With the specific type of shirts that I'm doing, I want the worn look, and Comfort Colors is best at that as far as I know. If you've got better suggestions, then let me know, but I'm like very confident in my shirts, and I think they look so good, and I think they're like such a good unique idea that I haven't seen anybody do. Like I've seen people do similar things to my shirts, but not exactly the way that I'm doing it, which is what I've been looking for. Like I've been looking for something like exactly like what I'm making, and I can't find it. So I'm pretty excited about the shirts, and I don't want anybody to steal my idea. because I know that there's some freaks out there that steal people's ideas, especially small accounts ideas. So I'm just trying to be safe and protect myself. I will make that video and post that video once I have my shirts up for sale. In case you haven't noticed, a lot of my designs are book related because I just think that reading is such a fun, cozy activity. Also that a lot of people do. There's a lot of readers in the world, so like I could make merch for like punch needling and needle felting and like diamond painting and junk journaling, like, you know, like other hobbies and crafts and stuff. But like I feel like that's not, it's more specific, which someday I probably will delve into more specific things like that, especially kits and stuff. But I feel like reading is a good one to like start with because a lot of readers. So anyway, that's my tote bags. That's what's going on. That's kind of my plans for the future with these. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like. I guess let me know if you hate. This is where the business really starts to become a business in my eyes. I opened my Etsy last May, in May of 2025, and it really was pretty stagnant for a little bit. Things started to go pretty well and pick up a little bit whenever I started making Taylor Swift themed stickers. I would get a few orders a day pretty much, and it was fun. I assumed that it was all okay because everybody does that. I mean, go on Etsy right now and look up Taylor Swift and you're gonna find so many things, okay? Like ranging from different levels of copyright infringement. For some reason, I don't know if it was something that I had like in the tags or something that their AI algorithm picked up on, or if like my font was too close to her font or something, but something picked up where one of my listings got flagged for copyright. So I fixed it, you know, I like changed it. I changed the wording in it. I took it down. But once Etsy flags your account for something, it's pretty much over for you. Like in one way or another, they're gonna come for you. I started getting warnings on listings that had nothing to do with Taylor Swift, claiming that it was infringing her. Like stuff that was like, I don't know how they could possibly think that this was copyright infringement. Don't do it. If you're thinking of it, don't do it. I know that there's a million Swiftie small businesses out there. Don't do it if you're thinking about it. But yeah, I don't know why I was targeted compared to some other people who were doing way worse things than me. My best-selling thing was I was doing stickers that were the life of a blank, and then people were putting like their job title or whatever. It was cute. Like, yes, it was Taylor inspired, but you know, like the life of a something isn't copyrighted by Taylor Swift. The life of a anything isn't. Showgirl, maybe. The life of a anything, not copyrighted. But it was like things like that were getting flagged, and then stuff that literally wasn't Taylor related at all got flagged and eventually took me down. And I tried to appeal that, and they're not real people. Like, Etsy is not real people. There wasn't a real person that looked at it. I couldn't get a hold of a real person to talk to. Like, they just permanently suspended me from Etsy. I can't even shop there. Like, it's really crazy. And I'm not trying to be like, poor me, I was trying to make money off of somebody else. But once I took it down, I should have been fine, you know? Like, once they said, hey, stop this, and then I stopped, I should be okay. They shouldn't ban me. Like, I promise you, there was nothing wrong with some of the things that got hit. I took down anything that could be copyrighted by anybody, and still they banned me. And I'm not sure what the last final thing was that did it, because there had to have been one more thing that they took down. I have no idea what that could have even possibly have been that was up there, and there's no way for me to check because the account's gone. I couldn't get a hold of any real people. I tried to submit an appeal. The appeal was looked at by an AI. That didn't work. So now I'm literally permanently banned from shopping or selling on Etsy. Like, I literally can't even buy something off of Etsy anymore. It's really crazy. Like, I can't even make a new account. My IP address is banned. Yet they allow literal scammers on that site. Plus, there's so many other Swiftie accounts that do like way worse stuff. Like, it's crazy. No offense to them. I literally saw accounts on Etsy like selling stickers of literally just like her album cover, and it was just like not even like drawn or something. Like, it was just the album cover. And I just don't understand how some of those other people didn't get taken down and I did, for the life of a blank. I'm more upset about not being able to shop there than not being able to sell there, because I like to support small businesses, and sometimes people only have an Etsy. Sometimes people don't have a website. But I don't miss like scrolling and trying to decide if a listing is made with AI or not, or if it's real, or if it's like a crochet pattern is real or not. Like, you know, Etsy is such a mess. It's so hard to find real small businesses to support that actually make their stuff and aren't either a drop shipper or AI. There's so many listings on Etsy of AI photos that are scamming people into buying something that doesn't look at all like the listing. But if you report that, they find nothing wrong with it. AI listings are running rampant in the crochet community. So many people are getting scammed by fake AI patterns with AI photos and AI written patterns that don't work. And then Etsy has the nerve to make commercials saying like celebrate humanity. Even when it's not AI, there's so much drop shipping that drowns out any real artists and crafters. Somebody needs to step up and make a real small business site to replace Etsy for real. They have such a monopoly and they're so bad. It's okay though. I knew that this was a possibility when I started Etsy because I hear of them banning people for stupid reasons all the time. So it's okay. And then shortly after the Etsy debacle, I locked in and I made my own website, cozycornercrafts.com. It's so cute. I'm so proud of it. And I have so much cute stuff on there right now, so you should go check it out. A big plan that I had last year that didn't end up working out was most of my t-shirts. When I started designing them and making them, it was pretty easy to get a license with Sarah J. Maas. I made some really good Throne of Glass and ACOTAR shirts, and then after I made some, I looked into officially getting a license with her because I've always heard that it's so easy. It might take a while, but it's so easy. And her publishing, whatever, something with her publishing licensing stuff changed. She's under a new company and they dropped a bunch of small businesses. They're not accepting new licensing for small businesses, I'm pretty sure. Most, if not all, of the small businesses that had licensing with her prior, all were dropped and their licensing wasn't renewed this year. So I can never sell those shirts now, even though I think that they're so cute and I love them, but you know, at least I can make them for me. And I really wish that I could sell them to you guys because I think you'd like them. But hey, what can you do? Sarah J. Maas, Rebecca Yarros, all the other big time authors that have made it big. Please consider opening your licensing back up to small businesses because Target doesn't need more money from you. Books A Million doesn't need more money. Walmart doesn't need more money. Amazon doesn't need more money. Barnes & Noble doesn't need more money. You should consider letting small businesses back in. We have unique content that those big time stores steal from us. That happens all the time. Small businesses make really unique, cute, fun designs, and then giant companies come along and steal those designs. It just looks like it doesn't have soul. Small businesses put their heart and soul into their fan art designs for books and things because they truly love them. Like, that's the thing. Like, I love these series. I didn't spend all of that time designing this stuff because I didn't like it and I just wanted to make money. Like, I did that because I enjoyed it, because I loved them and I had inspiration. Like, they gave me inspiration, you know? Like, on behalf of all of the small businesses that lost their licensing and therefore lost a big source of income, it's just disappointing to see because we're fans. Bring it back and consider me because I have really, really good designs that I think that you would really like. As you can tell, I just love making fan art and it's difficult to do because in this economy, small businesses can never win. That's all of my random clips from the past year, but there's still some things to catch you up on. First of all, I discovered that I'm like weirdly good at polymer clay. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging when I say this, but I picked up the clay and I knew what to do with it. Which, if that happens to you, that is like an art form that is for you, because it's not for everybody. And I learned that. I've tried to teach, and it does not come naturally to everybody, but it did come naturally to me, which is exciting. Then I got to make some polymer clay keychains and some blind boxes, which I'm super proud of. For Christmas, I made a bunch of my family their dogs, like the heads of their dogs, in polymer clay. I included those in my last video of everything that I made in 2025, so you can see them there. But I've got some more clay things in the works. I'm excited. It's really fun to discover an art form that really makes me feel like an artist, you know? Because a lot of my like art journey has been digital, which is real, okay? But I'm not good at drawing. And I wish I was, and I want to learn. Like, I want to like really lock in and like take some classes maybe or something. The drawing classes I was in when I went to art school did not help me at all. Like, I want to learn how to draw like fun little cartoons and like fun little animals and things. So that's gonna be like a journey that I'm gonna go on, and then maybe I'll check back in with you later on how that's going. But I'm not super good at like creating something 2D. So to find out that I'm good at making something 3D and I can paint on the 3D to make it look pretty good. It's really fun for me to find like a hands-on art like that. So I definitely want to keep doing that. I also have been testing candles over the past year off and on. It just takes a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of testing to find things that work out perfectly. And I do it when I have time, but then sometimes I just don't have time, and so that's not the focus. So like, I haven't done candles in a few months now because it hasn't been my priority, but I'm still working on it here and there, and I don't want to do anything with them until they're perfect. When they are ready, they're not going to be a Cozy Corner Crafts thing. They're going to be something else entirely. And that's all I'm going to say about that for now. So stay tuned on that future news. It's going to be a while, so don't like get your hopes up, but just be pleasantly surprised later whenever there's some big news coming. Similar to the star dress tutorial that I still haven't done. Once again, hasn't been my priority. So many other things have been my priority, but I did work on it a lot, and I'm going to do it someday. But just don't get your hopes up. Be pleasantly surprised later. Basically, everything that I can't sell right now hasn't been priority. And I'm going to get to the point where I get to work on those things, but over the past year, it's just been like, I need to make stuff that I can sell right now. Also, the really nice printer that I mentioned a couple times in the clips in this video broke a couple months ago. It's an Epson EcoTank 8500. The magenta ink clogged so bad that there is nothing that can be done about it. I've done every cleaning in the printer multiple times. I've done the complete like power cleaning reset multiple times. I have done every internet hack that I've found from people with this printer and without. I've literally done everything that you can think of. I called Epson. They didn't help me at all. It was so crazy. They actually told me my warranty was up even though I haven't even had it for a year. And then they said it's broken, and then gave me a coupon for 15% off a new Epson product. But only the Epson products that were already discounted on clearance. So they gave me a link to like a couple of products that none of them were the same printer, none of them were anything even remotely similar, that I could get 15% off of. And they also like transferred me to a salesman to try to sell me one, like to try to convince me to buy another Epson and like sell me. Like, it was crazy. Like, I've never felt capitalism pushed down my throat so hard before in my life. But I basically told them like, no, I don't think I want an Epson. Like, this is really disappointing to me. I spent $600 on this printer or whatever. All of my savings from my last job basically went to this printer that didn't even last a year. Like, and it's not even covered by warranty. Like, that's so annoying. So I had to buy a new printer. I got a Canon Pixma something, I think 3600, something like that. It's also a tank. It has worked perfectly fine so far. I know that with tank printers, you have to print on them pretty regularly. And so I think that part of the problem with the Epson was that I didn't print for a couple weeks. Like, it might have been a month. It wasn't like too long, but it was like longer than it was supposed to be. But it's just crazy to me that nothing that I did could fix it. But so far the Canon has been great. It hasn't clogged. It actually prints better in my opinion. The colors are way more vibrant because there's more colors. The Epson, the blacks in the Epson are a little bit darker, but it's like not by much at all. The reds and pinks in the Canon are way brighter, which matters a lot more to me. Sorry if this is boring to anybody, but for the one person who this might help, like, here you go. The Canon, the colors are more vibrant, but there's only one slot for the paper to go in. The Epson had like 3 or 4 different slots, and it had the rear feeder, so that was really nice. This one doesn't. So if a paper is too thick to go in the back, then I just can't use it, which sucks. And also, it will just randomly just like glitch out sometimes and I have to restart it, which is annoying. But like I said, every printer is bad. Every single printer sucks. No matter what you spend on it, no matter how good it is, it's terrible. And they're all terrible. And they always are just gonna be terrible, and there's nothing you can do about it. If my new printer's listening, I didn't mean that, okay? I love you. And last but not least, as of recording this right now, I just did my first in-person vendor event. I was a vendor at St. Charles Pride in St. Charles, Missouri, and it was so fun and life-changing. And it went so well. I don't want to spoil anything for you because I have some videos on the way that's going to cover that in way more detail. But just know it was so fun and it went so well. I have 3 more videos that are already in the works, already being edited, all leading up to and involving that market. I'm so excited for you to watch because it was so fun. I'm also planning on vending at Tower Grove Pride in St. Louis in the fall. But other than that, I have nothing set in stone yet. I'll let you guys know when I have more events in the future. I always update them on my website under the events tab and also on my Instagram. So you can go follow me there and follow me on my other socials and check out my website, cozycornercrafts.com. If you sign up for my email list, you get 20% off of your first order. That just sounded like I got paid to do an ad, but I didn't get paid to do an ad. The ad was for me. If you sign up for my emails, I won't blow up your emails, I promise. I rarely ever send out marketing emails unless there's literally new products or a sale or something. Like and that's not all the time. I'm not just emailing you constantly. So you don't have to worry about that. It's safe to sign up for my stuff. I know how annoying it is to get emails all the time. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you stuck around this far. This is probably a really long video. If you made it this far, you might as well like this video and subscribe to my channel, please. It really helps me out so much. If you haven't seen any of my previous videos, you can go check them out too. I think only 2, but this video is kind of connected to the first video that I ever posted on here, so you can go check that out. Or check out everything that I made in 2025 if you're looking for something that's more crafty, less business. Leave a comment down below with any questions, tips, suggestions. I read them all, so chances are I'll get back to you if you comment. Thank you so much for being here. Love you. Bye.